Hey there, everybody. I just wanted to take you along on a hike to Yellow Branch Falls. It's a hike that I've wanted to do for some time now. Inside of any backpack, you'll find a clip that holds your keys. Just get in the habit of putting your keys inside of there every time you hike. It will save you much headache for later on down the road. Now, this video is going to be longer than a 5-year-old telling you about the Lion King, but it's intentional. I wanted to show what it's like to actually be on trail. So if you're not interested in something like that, you better turn up trail now and head to the house. As you can see here, sometimes you got to use your noggin to get across things that you never expected to have to encounter. Hiking teaches you certain things like resilience, self-reliance, problem solving, definitely, and working towards a payoff. It teaches you fortitude, creativity. It kind of sets your perspective differently and shows you your place in this giant world. It teaches you planning and coordination, keeps you always in a sense of curiosity and wonder. It can even teach you meditation. Overall, it teaches you perseverance through adversity. But it really gives you a sense of achievement. So to all those people out there that had someone in their life that said, oh, you never finish anything, or you can't get to the end of any book or something like that, once you get to the end of the hike, you can always have in your mind, I did it. I got myself here. So it gives you that sense of achievement like nothing else. So as we're walking along, you should see that there are river crossings that you need to kind of navigate. You'll see that there are trees that you need to go under, sometimes over. Sometimes you walk on the tree to get across the creek. Whatever you got to do, you've got to make it to the end. But you can do this. You don't have to start on a trail like this. You can pick an easier one. Just start somewhere. You don't have to pick this moderate trail. There are thousands of other trails, some easier and some harder. Nobody's here to judge. Just pick one and start. Put one foot in front of the other, and pretty soon you'll be surprised what you can achieve. Alltrails categorizes the trails by whether they have obstacles or rocks or a very steep elevation gain. But it doesn't tell you if it's going to rain and leave you like this poor guy sloshing through the river to get across. So you've got to be prepared in advance. You need to bring some water shoes to tromp around underwater. You'll definitely thank me for telling you. At this point, I had already put my water shoes on. It allowed me to get across the creek pretty fast. So I talked to the gentleman for a second and kept on going. In some places, this trail has bridges that make it a lot easier to get across. Sometimes you'll see trees that cross the trail. they've been cut up by some maintenance crews. But other times, they'll just be laying across the trail and not cut up. Just resist the urge to bring your grandmother's lucky machete along with you to chop them up. It's too heavy to bring those with you. You'll just have to find a way to get under or over or go around. That's what the creativity is all about. You just have to improvise. See, here's an example. You just have to shuffle your way underneath and then keep on going. That's one thing I like about hiking, is that there's no right or wrong way to do certain things. There are things that weigh less that make it easier to travel, but when it comes to actually getting down the trail, there's all different ways. You can walk through the water or you can walk across a log. Whatever is safe and gets you to where you're going. Man, look at this. This is just the most amazing view, isn't it? It just makes you wonder how long these big logs have been lying here, growing moss on them. The sun just glistening over everything. Here's the first time I ever filmed my footsteps and use a head strap. Up here you'll see an orange blaze on the tree. There's two on the other tree. One means you're on the trail. Two means you're about to take a turn. Look at this rock up here. Across the bridge, I'll get a little closer to see what it looks like. It's amazing. The water just dribbles all across the top of it. Now when I'm hiking, I'm usually going about 100 miles an hour, but you don't have to. You can take your time and smell the roses, so to speak. One of the things you'll see me wearing all the time on the trail is called a buff. It's like a stretchy headband kind of thing that keeps the sweat out of your eyes. It does get a little warm and humid down under the trees, so you'll need something like this unless you want to get sweat in your eye. Now in a minute, you're going to see some very big rocks. They're definitely not the biggest rocks that you'll ever go over while you're hiking, but I just wanted to show you exactly what to expect on the trail. And here we are, finally at the waterfall. Hey there everybody. I'm using my Zoom H1 to record this. I had to get a little ways from the waterfall so you could hear what I was saying. So the trail isn't very bad. There are some narrow spots in places. There are a little bit of rocky places, but all in all, it wasn't very bad at all as far as like inclines, elevation gain. The one thing that you will notice is you need to bring some water shoes. At the very beginning, there was 4 water crossings within a very short distance, so be prepared for that. You're going to need to bring water shoes. I wore the water shoes all the way down to the waterfall because I didn't know if there was going to be any other water crossings to navigate. But once you get past the 4th one, you're able to put your hiking shoes back on and come all the way down to the falls. Other than that, there are some rocks, as you can see down below. You may want to use your water shoes to travel down underneath there, under the falls. There are trees that you can use for putting a hammock up. I'm not going to do that tonight because I need to make it back before dark. It is absolutely serene here. I've only seen one gentleman the whole time I've been down here, probably because it was raining right before that. There is a trail right up here that looks like the steepest, slipperiest trail I've ever seen. I'm imagining it would take you up to the top of the falls, but I ain't doing it. For me, it's good enough just to be down here at the bottom, get a little something to eat, something to drink, and just take something like that in. The trail is very well marked with orange blazes on the trees. It's pretty straightforward. There's no places where I questioned where the trail was. So it's very simple, very easy as far as that goes. I use Alltrails app on my phone, and there is a little bit of signal down here at the base on my phone. So in case you're wondering if you'll even be able to use your phone at all.